Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name's Amanda and thank you for watching my channel. Today we're going to be making gluten-free apple crisp. It's going to be really tasty, so let's go ahead and get started. For this recipe, I'm going to be using 10 apples. I am using some Gala apples and I'm also using some Pink Lady apples. We're going to go ahead and start by turning the oven on to 375. So it'll be ready when we go ahead and put it in. And we're going to take a 9x13 baking dish and we're going to go ahead and spray it down with some Pam spray. Now you can also use some butter, just make sure that it's room temperature, and then you're just going to glide it all through. But we're going to use Pam spray in this. And as you can see, I generously sprayed this one down with some Pam spray. All right, now we're going to go ahead and peel all our apples. So we're actually going to be making apple crumble instead of apple crisp because I forgot to put the oatmeal in the recipe later on, but it'll still taste really nice and tasty. Apple crisp is when you add oatmeal into the top, and apple crumble is where you have just the butter, the flour, the cinnamon, and the sugar without the oatmeal. It'll still taste really tasty. I know everyone will still be happy with it. Again, I can't believe that I forgot to add the oatmeal into the recipe, but it did turn out really good. It was really tasty. I really like it. So you can make it either way. Go ahead and peel all 10 apples and make sure that there's no any like little seeds or anything like that in it. It's okay if there's like a little piece of skin on the apple here and there. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just definitely make them all about the same size so that way it cooks evenly when you bake it in the oven. Now when I have made apple crisp, if I am in a pinch and I don't have all these nice apples out to use in it, then if I have apple pie fillings, I would take 2 cans of it and I would just replace that for the fresh apples, and it still tastes really nice and tasty. And what's nice about it is if you're having guests over and you're trying to figure out something fast and easy to make and just pairing it with some ice cream, it is perfect. It is such a little easy treat to make that you don't have to spend all this time peeling apples, and just take the 2 apple pie filling cans and dump it in, and it is perfect. If you use the apple pie fillings from the can, you do not have to use all the extra stuff to add into it, like the sugar and the flour and the cinnamon that you mix over the apples, because the apple pie filling from the can already has this nice coating in it as well. So it's just ready to be dumped in, and then you would just make the crumb topping for it and then bake it as the instructions say. And again, I will have the recipe in the description box down below, so that way you can see what recipe I am using. Now you need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and we're going to toss the apples so that way they don't turn brown. Now we need 3/4 cup white sugar. And this is going to be for the apple crisp filling. Now, if you were using apple pie can fillings instead of fresh apples, this part you would not do, and you would just dump the cans right into the baking dish. Now, since this is gluten-free, I am using King Arthur's gluten-free measure for measure. I really like this one, so we need 3 tablespoons of this. And we're going to add that right on top of the sugar. Now we need 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. I love cinnamon, it's so good. And it's so nice for fall time because it just gets you really in that fall feeling. So we need 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. Smells good. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and mix this together. The kids are going to be so excited for this. They love this. This is one of my favorites to make. So they're going to be really happy to see this when they get home because they don't know that I'm making this. Okay, now that this is all nicely combined, we're going to go ahead and toss this on top of the apples and then mix it all together. Now this does make a fairly large amount, so what you can do is freeze the extra in the freezer for up to 3 months. Then when you're ready to eat it, take it out, let it thaw in the refrigerator overnight, and then bake it in the oven at 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm just trying to get it nicely coated to get all of them coated with the sugar and the flour and the cinnamon. That way it's nicely distributed throughout. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put it into our casserole dish. And again, make sure that you spray it down nicely or rub it down with some room temperature butter. For the crumb topping, we are going to need 1 3/4 cups of flour. The gluten-free flour that I showed you earlier, we are using that as well. And you can see it again. This is my favorite brand of gluten-free flour. It definitely makes things taste really tasty for being gluten-free. And I am actually going to go swap it out for a bigger bowl because we are going to be using our hands to mix this all together. I was hoping to use the same one so that way I didn't have much to clean up, but we're definitely going to need a bigger bowl. All right, next we are going to need 1/2 cup of brown sugar. We need a 1/4 cup of white sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and mix all this together. Now we are going to need 2 sticks of butter at room temperature, and I forgot to pull my butter out this morning, so I zapped it in the microwave for 30 seconds in the wrapper still. So we're going to go ahead and cut these up and we're going to work it in. Normally I like to let it be at room temperature, but this morning was a little bit busy with school, getting ready and out the door. And I'm going to cut it into like little cubes. Now, if you were going to make apple crisp, you should add in 1 cup of rolled oats or old-fashioned oats before you add the butter and then mix it all together. That's where I definitely messed up. I forgot to add the oatmeal in. I even had it out on the counter. I don't know what happened, but I definitely forgot to add it, but that's okay. It still turned out great, and I actually made apple crumb instead. So right here is where we're going to massage in the butter into the flour mixture. But again, if you were going to make apple crisp, you add the oatmeal in before you mix in the butter with everything. So we're just going to work it and blend it in, massage it in, and you want to get the crumbles to be kind of like pea-sized crumbles. It does get messy. I am glad I did switch to the bigger bowl. As I am definitely making a mess. All right, that's perfect. Let me wash my hands and I'll be right back. How lovely the apples look. And here's for the crumb topping. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and put the crumb topping on top of the apples. And I like to just sprinkle it on. That way I'm making sure that it is evenly going on top. This dish is good in the refrigerator for 3 to 5 days, and it is so tasty. All right, I'm gonna go wash my hands and I'll be right back, and we'll get this in the oven. How it looks with the topping on. And we're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. Okay, so we already preheated our oven to 375 in the beginning when we started making this. So we're gonna go set it in the oven and we're gonna let it bake for 45 to 50 minutes. I'm gonna set my timer for 45 minutes, and you want the top to be nice golden brown, crispy, and then you want to see some bubbling at the edges where the apples are. And if you really want to check it, you can check it with a thermometer to make sure that the center of it is reading at 175. So we'll be back in 45 minutes to check on it. Okay, my timer just went off, so it's been 45 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and take it out because I just checked on it and it looks really great. So 45 minutes to 50 until it's a nice crispy golden brown top color. It smells really good. Let me show you what it looks like. And let me tell you something funny too before I show you what it looks like. I was gonna make apple crisp, which apple crisp has oatmeal in it. And as I was cleaning up, I realized I forgot to add my oatmeal into it, which is a cup of oatmeal. Now you can make apple crisp or you can make apple crumble, which now because there's no oatmeal in it, it is now considered apple crumble. So we are still gonna enjoy something very tasty and something nice for fall. But let me show you how nice and beautiful it looks. You can hear it bubbling. Look how nice and golden that is. It's gonna be so tasty. All right, we're gonna let it cool and then I'm gonna try some. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. I let it cool down. Hi, love. We're gonna go ahead and try it out. My youngest is in the kitchen with me, getting into all the kitchen stuff. Oh, this looks really good. Let me show you how this looks pulling this out. Yum. This homemade vanilla ice cream is so tasty. You can find it in a previous video of mine that I have posted. And it is so easy. If you have a KitchenAid ice cream attachment, you will love it. It paired so well with this dish. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and give it a try. And I have my homemade vanilla ice cream with it too. My littlest is down here. Hi. Oh, it's really good. You want to try some? He wants to try some. Is it good? Is it good? He wants more. He definitely likes it. A little more. Want some more? Ooh. So tasty. Super tasty. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed what I made. And even though I made an oopsie and forgot to add the oatmeal, and actually, yeah, that's you. And actually made apple crumble instead of apple crisp. It is still tasty. The kids will still be very happy. Yeah, he likes it. I think everyone will be happy with it. And the kids will be so excited to see this when they get home. But please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys.